Yes, welcome everybody. We are doing an interview today with the one and only Ragnazuken, Twitch streamer, FFBE fanatic, killer of all banners. I think he has that title. I'm not sure. At least most banners, to be fair. So, it is 10 o'clock, guys. Let's kill the music. Let's kill the music. All right. It's time to bring him on, guys. It's time to bring him on. Get fucking serious. Welcome. Welcome, Ragnazuken here. He's muted right now, so I better unmute him first so that he can actually talk. That would probably help. All right. And here we go, boys. Welcome, Ragnazuken.
How's it going? We on?
Hey, Dante! Yo, Ragnazuken's in the house, guys. The man you've all been waiting for. I think I need to boost you up. Go ahead and talk a little bit more, Rags.
All right. How do I sound? Can you hear me now?
Can I hear you now? Yes, I can. Absolutely.
How many bars do we have?
We got bars for days. You want to rap? No, we don't want to do that. We tried that earlier on stream, and it was pretty bad.
Yeah, and it never turns out as good as you think it's gonna turn out.
No, not even a little bit. Let's see here. Recording's not working for some reason. That's not good, boys. Hold up, because we want to record this.
And a disclaimer: I'm not actually watching the stream, so I don't see any of the comments. Just we did it intentionally because I knew I'd just get way too distracted.
Yeah, with all you guys that are saying what's up to Rags and everything, they're spamming Ragna's up and Rags Potato. You know it. You know it.
Love you guys.
So, Rags, we're going to have to do something with the VOD. We're going to have to figure out how to do it afterward because the recording doesn't want to work right at the moment for some reason. But
No
I'm
worries.
sure you know how to figure out, we can get that VOD working for YouTube anyway. Easy peasy. Dante, life's good, man, but this is all about Rags. The dude. Rags is looking nervous. Is that right, India? Now you're making him really nervous.
I'm not used to being in front of a camera, guys.
Yeah, I know.
It's a little weird for me.
Maybe not without the green screen, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is
brand new. So where are you right now? You're in your room, or are you in an office? Like, how does it work out?
I mean, I guess you could call it the office. Like, right here, like I'm touching the wall to my bedroom, right over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of a progression. I used to have, like, out in a common living area up here, I used to have my gaming rig out there, but then people kept walking past the camera, and like I was making too much noise. Supposedly I was keeping up the wife and everyone, so I had to move into a room. So this room used to be the wife's office, so I kind of took over it. So she's got her computer over there, moved in my stuff here, and yeah, it's just kind of my space.
I got you. Well, I mean, you're streaming all the fucking time until the beginning of the morning for me. Like, I remember one time I was literally up late as all hell, and for some reason I had a meeting or something, and I woke up and you were still streaming, and I still had you like lurking on my computer. I was like, what the fuck? Did Rags just I went to bed and got up and Rags was still streaming.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, you come on like a Friday or Saturday or something like that, and you'll probably see that happen.
Yeah, I was a little bit shocked, to be honest, but it was kind of cool. I didn't stay long. I was just like, oh, what the fuck? He's still awake. You look pretty tired. You did look tired.
Yeah, it's my way of actually getting myself to sleep finally. Just burn out my brain. You gotta just completely destroy it. Otherwise, my mind just doesn't turn off. I could lay in bed forever. So. it's kind of beneficial.
I got you. Have you always been that way since, when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I always had night lights all around my room, and that way when it's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, I could go dig through a box of Legos or like find that cool thing that you like haven't seen for like a year, and just go play with it like on the little light of my night light without like turning on the full light and having my parents figure out that I was awake. So
Oh, so you
yeah,
were a
just
bad kid.
I was great.
I'm just kidding.
I made progress. I fixed things like someone's fan had be broken. I'd fix it in the middle of the night. I don't know.
Okay, we're talking about that now, actually, right? So that brings up one of my interview questions. Uh, you have a wealth of knowledge in like random stuff and like helpful stuff as well. Teach me something I don't know in the next 5 minutes.
Teach you something you don't know.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And it doesn't need to pertain to necessarily directly to me, right? But just in general, for most people who don't know something that and you're confident in.
Hmm.
I'm not putting you on the spot at all.
Yeah. Well, we got time for it as well. We got 5 minutes. Well, for those who don't know, I mean, we'll just start even with my current profession, which is very different from what I ever thought I'd be doing. Was in pest control. Um, yeah, there's a couple different things that you could learn about that, but um, I think I've taught a couple people within my stream as well about like taking care of like bees. What uh what would you guys do if you actually got attacked by bees? We've already been over this I think once or twice within our stream. But do you jump in water? You run away? Do you stand really still? Or do
Ku-
you make a ton of noise?
Kuma says scream like a girl.
Scream like a girl? I mean that's just gonna happen. That's part of the whole game. It doesn't matter how many times you dealt with it.
So, I would probably scream like a girl. Well, a very masculine girl.
Yeah, well, very, very much so. Yeah.
And then I would run. But yeah, water sounds like a pretty solid idea because they can't swim, right?
Right. God, can you imagine that? You
I mean, I hope they
wait for
can.
the Navy SEALs of bees just dive bombing you in there.
God, no.
No, no, you're right, actually. Yeah, you just run the hell away.
Yeah?
Yeah, they'll chase you. They'll chase you like half a mile. They'll chase you for
Half
forever.
a mile?
Oh yeah. So they're really aggressive. So and if you go underwater, they'll actually just wait around for you to pop up. So
So you literally need a Navy SEAL, like dive and then go far.
yeah, you need to swim a pretty far distance.
Oh, God. Well, I've never been attacked by like a nest of bees, so I think I'll be safe for now. But hey, that was something. That was something easy.
Well, there you go.
Now, sticking with this nature theme, you know, I feel like you and I both have something that we should, work on,
Okay.
and uh, and that's our tan, because we're both white as fuck. So we're going to the beach.
Well, actually, I think I've got a solution.
Oh yeah? No, we were at the beach now, Rags.
We're at the beach. Okay.
That's our solution. We came to the beach.
Well, I was gonna say there's a filter called color correction, and you can fix all your pasty white people problems. Like you
Oh
can
yeah,
make
I'm red.
yourself look beautiful.
I'm red. I look like a lobster. I look like I've been at the beach, but not really. So, if you were stranded on a deserted island, what are three things you would have and why?
How about you said three things?
Yep.
Oh goodness. Like, are we think? Man. See, the problem with these is you left way too much on the plate for me.
Oh
There's too
no.
many connections. My mind's going crazy here.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Um,
fine.
let's see. I think I would say my bed. I had the most comfortable bed in the entire world. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Um, Wi-Fi and a phone. At least a phone or computer. There you go.
So
Keep me busy for hours. I could
he
stay alive for years in front of a computer.
so here's the thing though, Rags. Wi-Fi. I mean, how are you? It's an item,
See,
right? So are you bringing a router?
well, see, this is the problem right here. You're making too many things. If we're talking about like a stick and a rock and just a piece of paper or something like that's your bare minimums. But if we
Yeah.
can have luxuries here, that's what we're going for.
I mean, a bed is pretty luxury. You can go with
Oh yeah.
that. Um, maybe some tanning oil so that we don't burn. And
Well, you
then
could just live under the bed then. That,
just
that covers a lot of things. That's our shelter. It's a place to sleep.
yeah, you got it. I could deal with that. Uh, but switching to kind of like a different mindset. A little bit. We've been goofy a little bit, but I'm curious about more of your mentality in the stream and your career, your profession. How do you define your own success, and how do you measure up to your own definition of that?
Um, it's really hard to define that for me because streaming when I first started. Are you talking about professional career, as in like my job outside of this, or within Twitch, or what would you define as that first?
Well, it really just depends on what you view. Like, I know streaming for a lot of people is a passion and it's something fun for their hobby and whatnot. But I feel like you've went above and beyond most people that have just done it as a fun thing. You know what I mean? So whether you view it as something that you want to pursue in the long term and as a career, or uh, something that you want to have as a side career, I guess. So whatever essentially is what you define your success and what you want to have success in.
I would say the definition of success for me would be to continue to do things the way that I'm doing them in just helping other people, seeing other people grow, finding new people, finding the channel, and finding kind of a safe place to just be themselves. So success for me really is going to be more along the lines of just continuously seeing that I have a positive effect on people, in whatever avenue that is. Streaming to me really started as kind of a hobby. Like, obviously I started streaming with Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, the mobile game that we stream most. Um, and I had started just because of a couple other streamers that I'd seen out there. There's different categories of streamers. There's people that do it for the money. There's people that do it just for the fun. There's people that do it just to do it, or to enhance a skill about themselves, whether they want to, get better at talking to people, whether they want to, improve at a game so that they can talk to other people while they're doing it. Yeah, there's a million other different things that people do as their motivators, but as my motivator, I just kind of wanted to share the game with other people, just to experience it with others as well. Never really thought that it would go where it did, that we'd have this many people come and follow the channel, but it kind of developed and I changed personally as well. Um, so what I've been finding fun is helping other people either set up their own streaming, or help them motivate and help each other, build a community where people can again just do whatever they want to do. I've always been kind of a neutral party, the sort of safe space where people don't have to worry about the toxicity of a channel or trying to prove something to anyone. Where you can be part of the um, LGBT like community. I mean, you can be whatever you are, and you're going to be accepted because we have a shared values. We have shared interests, and for no other reason, for there just to have fun, and help each other succeed. That's my success for me, and kind of where I see it going. I mean, Geez, we're what, like, I think the last time I checked, like 9 followers away from 1,500, and that's in what, 9 something months. Pretty crazy. I mean, I don't see this within even a couple of years becoming a full job replacement. I mean, I can see the potential within it. It's kind of a volatile market, I guess you could say, just because people can change on a dime. Whether or not they want to follow you, watch you, or interested in the games that you're playing. So, for me to make a jump like that is a little out of character. That I would put everything into just streaming. Um, but I would love to do it because there's been nothing else in my life that's brought me as much enjoyment and satisfaction as streaming does to me. So, for other people that think, hey, this is really fun, I enjoy watching, I enjoy doing all this stuff. Like, you guys are doing just as much for me as I am for you, I feel. So it's that satisfaction, and because there's not really I kind of like the driving force of just knowing, hey, you know what, my personal success and my success in streaming is it's just that. I'm not pushing because I have to pay the bills by doing this. I'm not making decisions like, hey, I want to get a sponsorship, or hey, I want to push this product, or hey, I don't want to be asking for donations or whatever to try and make my way and pay my bills, because then I would be a person that I'm not, you know. Um, so the model of how I want to keep developing and growing as a streamer is just to be genuine and not ever have to compromise and be someone that I'm not. Because if I had to do those things to get big, I would probably start hating it. And kind of another one of the reasons why within the future, I'm not sure how long it would take, or if it is even a possibility within the future that this could become, what I do. Um, but if I got there, it would have to be just based on progression. Yeah, like I said, I never want to be fake to get there, but if people continue to support it, they enjoy it. If I can continue to help other people, and we make it there, then that would be awesome.
Well, I mean, I think you've done an amazing job. 9 months.
Around 9 months,
You
I think.
you've made a
Yeah, I
big
started.
impact in the FFBE community. I know. I mean, everybody loves you here. You know what I mean? So, it's
Thank you.
and I, from what I understand, what is it? Lurk Below? That game?
Yeah,
It lurks
yeah,
below.
links below.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten some traction there as well, so you can transfer games and still get a loyal fan base. So you're doing well, man. You're doing well.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember the first time I switched over to PUBG.
Oh no! Yeah, that was a
I
killer, huh?
think I think we had, like, I don't know, 40, 50 people or something in there, and I'm like, all right, let's play this. Let's play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Let's do this. And I'm good at first person shooters, but I was always really great on console. I've been a
Mm.
console gamer, like, for as long as I can remember now. Um, and Yeah, it's totally different on keyboard. And I just remember switching over, like, my first death. I'm like, oh, we're down to like 20 people, and then like one more like 20 minutes later, and I'm like, oh, there's four people in here. Then it would drop down to like three or two, or just my bots and I, and I'm like, all right, well,
So
this
much for
maybe isn't the
that.
best. But as the months went on, and as the community grows, and people realize that they probably come more just for the community, or possibly even me as well. That it's not as much the games. We have a lot more people that will stick around, and it's a residual viewer base, because we can chat. We can chat about things apart from the games. The games are kind of just the avenue and the reason for streaming. But I like to play games where I can chat with people, and I can have a conversation. I can talk with them. I can interact with them, because like that's streaming to me. That's my game. That's what I enjoy, and that's what keeps it fun. That's how I can continue to go for hours and hours, which is, in most cases, like, for all intents and purposes, if you look at my life outside of streaming, I can be quiet, I can be reserved, and I'm not really an outgoing person. So it's interesting how I've developed and had changed into a person that can continuously, carry a conversation or at least talk or project what I'm doing. I don't even know what's going on half the time. I'm just doing my thing.
That's where
But
the Rags
yeah, it's
Tato
fun.
comes in.
Yeah, so someone put it a while ago, so beautifully that I'm blissfully unaware of
Blissfully
most
unaware.
situations. As long as we're smiling and having fun, it doesn't really matter what we're doing.
Hey, I did promise Noble one thing.
Oh goodness.
I did promise Noble one thing. And he brought up a lovely emote named
Oh,
Dragnazuken. What are your thoughts and feelings on that?
I love you, Nobo. It's, it's pretty hilarious. Like, okay, so starting out, I mean, I'm sure most of the people in here already know it, but I founded an artist, Jess, Light Dark Soy Sauce. She's a streamer as well, and commissioned her for some emotes. She does an amazing job. So I started promoting her through in the community. I can I can't even count on all my fingers. There's more of us that have her emotes than I can count on my appendages here. But um, we love all the work that she does, and it's exciting every single time that we create new emotes. I think it sparked when I made one from it was a female emote as a little lady luck is what it is, because that's for those of you who don't know, that's who we pray to when we're doing our polls. So the lady luck from the High One from Final Fantasy VII, she has brought us much luck, especially on the Final Fantasy VII banners. And Yeah, when we made that emote, everyone said, "Well, wait, we need to make a rags version of that." So the Dragnazuken, I think maybe even Element or Nobo, someone came up with that name. It popped up there and just kind of became this thing, and it disappeared off into the sunset. But um, yeah, Nobo was making his getting his emotes done. So since he's been streaming now, he made a couple emotes and he sent me the pictures of it, and I'm like, it's a better deal to get a package of three. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, why is he only doing two of these? I don't understand. And I just didn't ask the question or didn't register. And then actually just a couple nights ago, I think it was like on Sunday night or something. I'm sitting and watching like Dark Soy Sauce's stream, and I'm super excited. I think I like threw out a sub and was just like getting really hyped up in chat. I'm like, oh, she's designing Nobo's emotes, awesome. I'm just
Nice.
talking, and if any of you guys had seen the video of it, I think I played it last night on my stream as well. All of a sudden, she's like, "Oh, Nobo, you're back. Is it time? Can we tell him?" I'm like, "Wait, what?" And yeah, they displayed it. I don't know if you're displaying a picture right now. Like I said, I'm not even watching the stream, but
No, I don't
yeah,
have a
it's
picture of it, but I just wanted to bring it up for Nobo because he was so adamant about it. He was so hype.
oh, he loves it. I love it too. I think it's hilarious. So yeah, it's the new T3 emote, which I uploaded it last night, so hopefully they approve it pretty soon. But yeah, it's Rags in the same outfit of Lady Luck, holding a little fan, giving a little kissy face.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking genius. And it just like Dragnazu Rag I mean, such a play on words. Such a beautiful story. I didn't hear about that. But hey, that is fucking great.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. It's awesome though. I mean, all these little things like this is kind of the show of the development within our community, and kind of a development with other people, but also a development like even within myself too. People helping or commissioning other people, or just for fun or for support, paying money for that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I've never really been one to donate to charities or all these other things, but like now, with the unyielding generosity that I get from people, which I still still don't quite understand where all of it comes from, but um, it makes me a better person. It makes me want to be more generous and support other people even more, and think, if I can do this, why am I not doing it more? So, I love to be able to now jump into people's streams, and I've tried to slow down a little bit more because it can get too crazy. I think I'm subbed to like 25, 30 channels right now, and I need to slow
Tone it down
down.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little
Um,
bit.
but it's just so fun just seeing the excitement on people's face, or just seeing someone that may not have the means to be able to do something, or purchase something for their stream, or maybe even pay the bills, or whatever it may be. If you can be or if you can even show any appreciation in any way like that, it's so fun to do. And I find great joy in it. And now, where I would have seen, like, I wouldn't have even tossed maybe $1 or $5 at someone because I didn't quite understand that avenue. Like, now I get it. Even when I'm out, like, I want to tip people on the street, for the first time ever, like, people dancing or singing or working their asses off or just doing something. Like, I love supporting people that want to pursue their creative avenues, and actually, um, people that are just getting out there and doing it, especially people that have maybe given up a job or given up everything to pursue their passions. It's kind of a beautiful thing. So, um, yeah, I support that a whole lot more now.
Would you say that that was one of the biggest like mindset differences that you've experienced from, beginning the streaming to now?
Probably. I mean, I've always tried to value people a lot more in that way. Being with my background being in graphic design, um, that's always been kind of a hot button, and anyone else who's ever done any design work may understand this. Designing is tough. Um, it takes a lot of creativity, and creativity can't be forced. Um, so, from me having come from that background, I understand the value of creativity, and I understand the value of time, and I understand the value of, balancing this over possibly another full-time job. Like, for me, I'm, working like 50 hours a week, and then I get on stream 30 hours plus a week, and then, another 10, 15, 20 hours a week of, just community stuff, just watching other people's streams as much as I can, when I'm not just tired and crashed out in bed, or, trying to just do anything but work. I guess.
Yeah.
Um, because I put my all into all of these different things. I put my all when I'm into it when I'm working, when I'm streaming. So just seeing that balance, and um, I think that's kind of what instilled that change. But I've seen it develop more in different ways. Like I said, I've valued design work, kind of like how I love supporting like Dark Source Sauce, and other designers out there like Queenie Lou as well, who's a wonderful emote designer within our FFE community as well.
Hmm.
I love to promote that, but just promoting people just to promote them, and just show them support. Yeah, that's been a huge change in who I am.
It's cool to see the progression. I've even noticed myself being a little bit more community driven and stuff since I've started. So, after 9 months doing this, almost a year, going ham, not only with work. See, most people can't even stream consistently with a part time job, let alone working 50 hours a week and with a wife.
Yeah,
How does that work out with your wife? Like, how? I mean, that's got to be tough on her, right? She's probably like, I want to hurt you some days, right? Or no?
yeah. No, it's definitely different. It took a little while for us to kind of get used to it. I mean, um, for those who don't know, my wife's from Australia. So we're kind of used to, we communicated um, on Skype primarily for years. Um, we've had a lot of distance apart. Even after being married, there was some distance apart as well. Like, as we were making the move back to the U.S., and um, you know, it's it's something that we value our own time, but we don't rely on each other, and that's kind of always been one of the pillars and foundations of our success in our relationship. Um, because in the infancy of our relationship, we became so attached to each other that neither of us could be happy without each other or the happiness of each other, that we sucked all the energy out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in making the move and having the separation again and just kind of reestablishing our values is kind of what got us to where we are. So we appreciate the time that we have together, but we also appreciate the time that we have apart. Um, so she understands, and she knows that this is what makes me happy, even though she has zero interest in any of it. I mean, like literally none. So no interest in streaming, hates being on stream, doesn't like my music or my games or anything. So like, it's something that probably should continue to stay separate, I guess, just because it's of no interest to her. Um, but it is tough that a lot of times, sometimes I'll be up really late and I may not be able to go out to breakfast in the morning or something, or we may not go out as much. We may not shop together as much. So it's tough. Um, and we're still, even after 9 months of me streaming like this, still trying to kind of find a balance in that. So I think that of anything that I really need to work on and improve on a little bit more is finding more of a balance in time between that, because again, working so much at actual work, streaming so much, and then as much time as I want to actually enjoy myself and spending time in other people's streams or supporting other streamers or whatever else I'm doing. Yeah, it's kind of tough to find that balance with the wife. So I mean, we spend all of our time together now. Just when I get home from work, we'll eat dinner together, maybe watch some shows or something if I don't fall asleep during the show. Uh, and then just on the weekends.
Wow. So I've been having some difficulties with the time management as well. So I can looks like we've having some difficulties with the lighting. But anyway, we've had some struggles and whatnot with the whole consistency in the streaming and the timing and all that stuff as well. Definitely definitely a challenge that I've found. Anyway, kind of a random question, but the things that you might get out of it are pretty like interesting. What is your favorite website?
My favorite website,
Yeah.
Twitch.
Other than Twitch, what is your favorite website?
Oh man, it's so interesting. Like I think we've been over this a couple times in my stream too. I live under a rock now. Um, like, I think it was 2, 3 weeks ago, someone asked me if I'm seeing the new Avengers movie, and I had no idea that it was even out. I'm like, there's new Avengers movie coming out? What the hell? And it's because I really don't visit too many other websites. I'd really have to think about it because I don't really have time for other things now. I mean, I would say probably before this, um, I used to spend a lot of time on places like Engadget or Kotaku, or just anything that was like news driven within the gaming or technology world. Um, I just kind of flip between like 3 or 4 different, like Gizmodo, Kotaku, Engadget. Were probably my three. I just kind of flip through just to understand what's coming out new in video games.
Right.
Spend a lot of time on the X's wiki, obviously, just as a reference tool. Um, and just a lot of time just kind of browsing new technologies, which would be no specific site, I guess you could say. Um, but yeah, I don't really have too much time to look at anything else anymore. It's just kind of sad.
Well, I believe that, man. Working that much. So, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna read a couple things from chat because it's going pretty crazy. Element of Smash says, "Listen to that dodged question. He could be a politician." Congressman incoming.
I am a pretty diplomatic person. But yeah, what did we dodge? Let's face it head on.
I mean, with the whole question, what's your favorite website? And then you're like Twitch. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, yeah, that's about it. I spend more time there just because I mean I enjoy people, and each individual person. Like what makes Twitch so great is that you have multiple avenues. You have people that you watch for games. You have people that you watch for debates. You have people that you watch for how skilled they are, or just the conversations that you have. Or you admire them for. Um, just their ability to speak. Anything that you can imagine, you can probably find it there. Whether you get bored, you can watch the creative. It's like multiple sites in one, in a much more interactive environment. So Twitch does a lot more for me, and that's why it is something I spend so much time on, because I can get my fix of multiple different things within Twitch.
Yeah, you mean you can get an interview, you can get IRL stream,
There you go.
you can get FFBE or
You can
PUBG or whatever, right?
watch people making food when you're starving, and then
Oh God.
realize how easy it is to actually make an elevated ramen or something. So I don't
Yeah.
know. There's infinite possibilities with it.
Yes, an element of Smash. We're not going to ask him about Pornhub. That would be inappropriate. Capo. Fuck a
No,
crib
no,
eating
no
Subway.
time.
Yeah, no time, guys. Are you
I
kidding
saw
me?
you eating that Subway earlier today. I
Yeah.
was creeping a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, hey. I got it brought to me, and it was a BLT. It was, you know what I mean? It was good. It was good. And I did a little bit of stir fry tonight. It was solid.
Oh my God, dude, you're making me starving now. If I would always does this, how does this happen even on my nights off?
On your interview day. Come on. Let's see here. Sylvanari, he looks a lot taller in that full body coat picture. I kind of assumed he was a shorty, but now I think he's a beanpole. Ask him his height.
Oh my gosh, I am a beanpole. I think I'm like 6'2",
6'2".
but I
Confirmed.
just look ridiculously tall just because of how lanky and skinny I am.
Yeah. You do look very tall. There's a picture that I saw of you next to Clake that you shared with me, and
Yep.
he makes Clake look like a midget. I'm just saying, a lot of love for Clake, but the height
Oh my
difference
God.
there is just massive.
Yeah, I was pretty much taller than most everyone there. Evan Velez though, he's about the same height as me. So Evan Velez is about the same height. Tiggity Wig is like half my size, no joke. Like when I saw her, I was like, that looks like Tiggity Wig, but like no way, she's that short. Like you can't tell, you don't see below the camera, you
Right,
know.
right.
So yeah, that was a ton of fun. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm a fairly tall guy. I have long arms, so I've been abused my whole life for being the guy that always has to grab the stuff off the top shelf and do all the tall guy things.
change this light bulb. Get
Exactly.
get this sugar.
Well, see, I have to change all the light bulbs anyways because my wife has no chill, and like she will literally crush a light bulb in her hand as she tries to change it because like she's like either 100% on or like 100% off.
Damn. So
Yeah,
she
I
just
know
like
it's
hulks
kind of
out.
scary. You should see her hold a fork or a spoon. It's like she's gonna gouge your eyes out with it.
Oh my god. So she just legit, she'll like, you know what people bend it with their mind, like, but no, she's just like, ah, shit. I broke another fork.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever done that, but hulking out. Have you told her to weigh off the weights, like in the gym? Man.
She could probably beat the crap out of me. Just saying.
Well, I mean, sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Kappa.
that's why we stay. That's why we stay in this little room here. We gotta keep ourselves safe.
There you go. So, tell me something that's true that almost nobody agrees with you on.
That Misty is a better magic tank than most any other magic tank in FFB.
And why? Why is that?
Just because she has clear veil, and yep, that's it.
Boom. Boom, boys.
That's it.
And the faces of disgust from Anime Geek and
Man, it was like the
and
saltiest
Queen.
thing ever the other night. So yeah, this is great though. Like I don't see the chat. I can't like I win, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's that
There's
is
no
literally the
argument.
bliss. That is literally the bliss because they can get upset, they can get salty, and they can't do anything about it. They have no retaliation whatsoever. In fact,
Uh,
it's not even in the video because I don't have chat in the video. You know what I mean? So they have nothing that they can do or say.
yep. Love you guys.
Don't worry, Rags. We'll clip everything. That was from Helmet Humper.
Oh man, Helmet's in here. Nice. What's up, Helmet?
Yeah, we got a lot of your regulars in here, Rags. We got a
Very
lot of
cool.
them in here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate everyone. Like as you well know. I mean, heck, you were part of the community as well.
I still
So
am.
you still, you, I mean, part of just one of the viewer community though, a long time ago. You know,
Yeah,
it's
that's
been
right.
awesome. You know, how many of us are now streaming? How many of us are, you know, just involved within this community? But I mean, the support from everyone is just amazing. You know, I think we say it all the time that this is the best community on Twitch, but quite honestly, it's the best that I've seen. Um, yeah, the amount of just love and support that we give to each other, the you know, there's really not many places where there's toxicity, and if there is, you know, it's just kind of left behind, left behind, ignored, banned. You know, we do a great job of filtering out and making this a great place. So I appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate every single one of the streamers that are out there. I respect every single one of them. You know, every single one of them has great value. It's just that the hardest part is that I can't watch every single one at once. You know, I can't watch every single person. I can't be in everyone's chat at all times. So
Yeah, you
I
actually
kind of
have to
feel bad.
pick. You have to pick and choose. Like, do I want to watch
it
X or do I want to watch Z?
it's
Fuck.
rough, you know, because like you're like, okay, there's like 10 people on my list right now that are streaming, and they all are awesome, and you feel like you don't want people to feel neglected, and that's probably one of the toughest things as well is, you know, the more I grow, the harder it is to stay in contact with people on the level that I used to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to have a much more interpersonal relationship and being able to talk to people within my streams and, you know, share advice or help them out. Whereas now, you know, I need to rely a lot on the community to be able to deliver that information for me. You know, it disseminates down, but um, I I miss some of that. You know, and that's one of the fears about sometimes getting a little bit bigger is like you have to become more detached, because if you can't detach a little bit, um, yeah, of taking all the responsibility of answering questions and things like that upon yourself, like you'll burn out. So, you know, I never want to really even, I guess, use the word detach. I want to say I have to change the way I interact, and the value I have with each individual person has to change a little bit, just so I don't burn myself out. So, you know, things such as like little questions and whatnot, I have to rely on other people. Whereas, you know, if I just want to help someone or kind of learn about them personally, or, you know, if they really do need just my help specifically, I love to be able to still help people out. I hope that never changes.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is going to be a challenge as you grow further. And we had a question in chat as well as, oh, well, Kuma says, Miss A is not the best magic tank, and donated $1 to
Oh,
say that.
wow.
And oh, by the way, guys, any of the donations that we get during the interview, half of it's going to Rag. So I'm gonna get a
Wait, what?
donation
No, no,
going
no,
over
no,
to
no,
him.
no.
Yeah, that's how it works. Rags, suck it
No,
up.
man,
That's
this
that's
is
how
all
it
you.
works. That's how it works, Rags. I'm not arguing with you. And
All
we
right,
had
thank you,
another
buddy.
question. We had another question.
Sure.
I know you've been playing It Lurks Below, but do you
Hmm.
have any uh, plans on the horizon as far as additional games that you know, maybe you've been thinking about picking up or, you know, playing with a little bit and seeing, you know, where it goes?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of plans. That's my problem is I have too many plans. I need to go back to Final Fantasy 15 and just finish it. That's going to be a huge priority. I do have a lot of games that I want to play kind of individually. I'm not really sure if I need to just start specifying a time or date schedule, like,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesdays for this game, Fridays for this game or something. But thinking about, I definitely need to do Xenogears. I've been promising, especially Kyler from the very beginning of streaming. Yeah, that was like the first thing within my first couple of days. I think even he said you should play this game. So, it's definitely something I aspire to do more of is even revisiting maybe Final Fantasy VII. So, um, those are a couple games that I want to play more. I want to play more games that I'm with other people. I'd love to be able to go back to PUBG with all of its problems. I still love it. Um, I'm actually going to be playing a little bit of Fortnite tonight with Chivili as well. So we'll see how that goes because I'm terrible at it. And I also need to play a little bit more of Overwatch. I did download that game, but it's taken me a little while to kind of get used to it on keyboard. But I mean, in the future, I'm looking to play. If there's any really good JRPGs that come out, I love JRPGs, and also any new really good shooters as well. I want to get myself into those.
Man, talking about Fortnite, I tried my first Fortnite game the other day,
It's
and
it's brutal.
oh, oh man, it was me and Kuma, and then Element of Smash came in, and my God, the horrors, the horrors that
Well,
went
see,
down.
the problems with that game is I was always a first-person shooter guy,
Yeah,
so my only real introduction to third-person shooters, I mean, apart from some of the other platformers, um, was PUBG. So like it's the only game that I ever found acceptable as a third person. So me not being able to zoom in as much as I want or be able to see in that
yeah.
in that way is just, oh man, it's still totally out of my element.
I thought that I was like the worst player ever. I got like 2 kills out of like 8 games, and I was like, oh God. I mean, I
You
still
got
had fun.
kills?
I got kills, but I got kills with a minigun. To be fair, like
Yep.
I,
I think that's more than me though. Yeah, I'm really bad at that game. So we're gonna play behind the scenes. We're gonna come back and play with all of our friends once we're amazing.
once
Then
we're
then we'll streak.
yeah, I thought I was ninja level, but it turns out we were not quite there.
Yep.
So we're gonna go ahead and go to chat and see if there's any other additional questions that we have here that are going to be interesting. So I'm going to leave it
All
to
right.
them to kind of toss out a few things that
All right.
they're interested
And
in.
actually, let me go to the restroom real quick while you gather a couple of those. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Rags.
Yep.
Tell Rags he owes me a run back in PUBG. Our last match was a 16 kill combined win. Need to play soon. I'll definitely tell him about that. What is his favorite gaming memory? That's a good one, Sylvanari. That is a very good one. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate that. Fucking seriously. And of course he walks away. Yeah. Ask Greg's how much potato he eats per week, Kappa. Kappa! Yo, thanks, Caliber. Tell Rags he has a shooter that I gifted him. Man, you guys are savage. And I thought I was bad. Where's the questions, boys? Come on now. I'm not fucking around. Derpy doge this shit.
All right. For those that are gonna ask, I washed my hands. It was soap.
Well, that was the first question on the list.
Oh, I bet it was. And actually, we've been live for let's see, yeah, 59 minutes. Hydration bot should probably be around telling us to drink some water, right?
Hey, yeah. The
We
first
finally got
question.
that unbanned and re-invited yesterday.
Hey, what? You got banned?
It's been banned like 50 times in my channel.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I haven't even seen that. All right. Sylvanari had a great question for you.
Sure.
Out of like your gaming, just in general, what is your favorite memory? Or one of your
Hmm.
favorite memories? It doesn't need to be the, but one of your favorite memories in gaming.
Um, on Twitch or just in general?
Just in general.
Just in general. Oh man.
It could be with a friend.
I've
It could be an instance in a game. It could be whatever the case may be.
there's Jeez. I would have to say some of my favorite memories, and I have to say it in this way because there's too many and they all compete with each other, but is just sitting in like Ragnarok Online, just sitting in the middle of the town, wearing hats. Like that's what that entire game was about. Yes, there was a whole game behind it, but like sitting in the town wearing interesting hats and just having beautiful conversations, counseling people about, their lives and their relationships and all that, excuse me, all that kind of stuff. That's probably the best thing that I've experienced in games. Um, and if I remember being in a Diablo 2 game one time, and there was um, I had some really close friends, and just going through tough times. Gosh, there was this girl, and her barbarian's name was the manly doucher. I don't know why I remember that, but anyways, like we just like we'd have really great conversations, but I was going through a tough time, and like as I was just kind of chatting and just kind of typing everything out, she was like making little hearts, like dropping one gold one piece at a time to like make little hearts around on the ground. Yeah, just kind of showing like, hey, you know what? Like if you can literally spend just hours just to help another person or to just have a good conversation or help them through a tough part in their life, that is what makes gaming great. You know, I think it's times like those that really made me realize the value in games. And I've tried to translate it my entire life. And actually, if you guys haven't seen the anime, Sword Art Online, watch it because especially the first season, it has a beautiful scene in it where it kind of embodies that whole idea, idea of we're no matter whether we're living life behind a computer screen or in a game or out there in the real world, um, you're still experiencing it. Whether it's some fantasy, whether it's you know um, a video game, you're interacting with people over the internet. Your mind and your feelings are just as strong. I've probably even had almost stronger feelings of emotion, whether it's happiness and elation and laughing, or sadness within games as I have anywhere else in life. So when someone says you're wasting your life behind a computer screen or in games, yeah, this is my life. This is where I've had some of the best experiences of my entire life. Interacting with other people or relationships or whatever it's going to be. You know, it's still a real feeling and experience for me, and it's sometimes more real than the real world where people have their shields up and aren't themselves. So yeah, that was what was so great, and probably again getting back to the real question, the greatest experiences of my life was seeing the true side of people. When people just put all barriers down and say, you know what, I've got the protection of this computer, so I'm going to tell you who I really am. What's actually going on, whether it's good, whether it's bad, indifferent, because those people aren't going to judge you, or if they do, they're probably going to just still be there for you and judge you positively.
Yeah, I mean, people. That's why you get called keyboard warriors and all those things, because you can be yourself. you can have that protection, that layer of, where it might be a little bit easier to express yourself and whatnot. Um, and we got another really, really cool question from I'm the Doug or Not. And I'm going to go ahead and
What's up?
share mine. So for me, this is Season 2 in Arena, World of Warcraft. Mace motherfucking stun, Storm Herald, just stunning the hell out of me. I'm a fucking druid healer and then I die. Okay, that's it for me. But the question is this. For someone who seems rather calm, what was the worst quote-unquote rage moment that you've ever had?
Oh man. Oh gosh. There's been a lot.
No.
We played a lot of games throughout our life. Jeez. I would say the most I've raged has probably been in Halo.
Oh
When I
God.
love the game to death because and I played it competitively for a long time as well. Halo 3 that was my game. But when I moved to Australia, the connection difference was just horrific. Um, so yeah, a lot of times I think probably some of the worst rage moments were, when we're doing a game battles game or something, and we have yellow barred connection, and you're pinging at 300 or something, and you could be the best you could possibly be, and then just losing, and not being able to move on in your game battles season or something because of just poor connection. And oh my goodness, yeah, that was tough. It's actually one of the reasons why I moved back to the U.S.
No broken windows, no broken beds, no nothing, right?
No, no, I don't think I've ever broken a controller. I've been pretty tame.
There you go.
I've said some pretty bad expletives though. I mean, I think my wife used to describe it. She's like, "You're playing Halo in there, right?" Because like she could just hear me, just like every word out of my mouth was, I was like a sailor.
Oh
Uh,
God. All right, Lethal Daddy donated 5 and says, tell Rags he owes me a run back in PUBG. Our last match was a 16 kill combined win. Need to play soon, man. PUBG.
oh, we talking about lethality, lethal daddy?
Lethal Daddy, you know it.
Oh man, we love you, brother. Hell yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
And then Kohana Flower. Rag, you know who this is. My friend, a tip for both of you, too. 250 apiece. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Thank you
Hey.
very much, Juana. Appreciate it.
It's for the Rags. And, of course, Kuro Zenon donated that 1 bit and says, ask Rags how much potato he eats per week, Kappa.
Oh my gosh. We potato so much on stream. I don't even want to look at it outside of it. No. I think
God.
the, I think the only potatoes that I even eat is just fries. French
Really?
fries. I'm not yeah, I'm
No
not
mashed
really a starch
potatoes?
guy.
No
I
baked
don't really
potatoes? No
not
later?
really. Like I'm not a big starch guy. I don't eat a lot of carbs actually. I'm pretty much like all proteins. Like love eggs, love steak and chicken and cheese and like all the good stuff.
Like a man.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I don't need a ton of breads. I don't really eat too many snack foods. I hardly ever eat any sugars and stuff. I don't know. I just don't really crave it.
That's how you keep the physique.
Honestly, though, that's not how it used to be. This is not even a joke. All right, my mother, she used to give us, I think it was like $8 or something for lunch every day for like 2 years. And so in the morning, before I'd go to school, I'd eat like almost an entire box of cereal before I would go to school.
What?
Um, yeah, she actually bought me a salad bowl to eat my cereal in. So I'd eat that, and at school for lunch I would eat. Let's see, how many was it? I would buy two of the Fun Dips where it'd have like the three different little packets of
Yep.
sugar, and then the two sugar sticks. I would eat 2 to 3 of those every single day of the 3 packs. Um, I would eat 2 packets of two Reese's, and I would eat at least 2 packets of the six little powdered donuts. And that was my lunch every day for like 2 solid years. Then I'd come home, I'd eat like either a whole box of cereal, or I'd eat like the family size of like pizza rolls or bagel bites or whatever it is, the 36 in a box. Like that, I'd make the whole tray and just eat the entire thing before dinner.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
serious. That's fucking serious. 2 years of
Like,
that?
oh
Oh
yeah,
my
and I
god.
like I think when I turned 25 was when I started actually slowing down. But before that, if I would actually go out to eat, I would eat 2 meals. Like it was expensive. Like people
Shit.
think the like the dollar value meals or whatever or something like the dollar menu is good. I'd spend like $10, $15 at like the dollar menu. Like as a kid, I used to get 2 foot long subs, and I'd finish them both before my parents and everyone else in my family would finish a 6 inch.
My
Talking about
god.
Subway earlier.
Yeah, that was like you're looking at like what? Man. That's not even a snack.
I know, yeah. Just my metabolism is crazy. My father actually one time he challenged me. He said, you're too skinny. He's like, I will give you $1 for every single pound that you gain. And I mean,
Man.
I forget how many months he gave me, but I think it was like 6 months. And every day I was having like a whole, like, those big movie cups that you get like at theaters and stuff, like
Yeah.
these 64-ounce, whatever it is, the giant drinks.
Might as well be a
And
gallon.
exactly. I was doing 2 protein drinks every single day. I'd do one in the morning, one at night. And then just eating that regimen of what I was talking about earlier. But I'd even like eat proper food during the day during that time as well,
Hmm.
for 6 whole months. And he threw me on a scale afterwards, and I lost weight.
Oh no.
Oh, it was ridiculous. So yeah, I was so scared too. I'm like, do I owe you money now? Like,
Reverse. Damn, he got
uh,
savaged with that one. How did you lose?
yeah.
That's crazy. All right. All right, guys. It's been an hour that Rags has been on, so we have one final question. Okay. Actually, it's a multi question, so it's going to leave it open a little bit. Where's your favorite place that you've visited, other than Australia? And what is like the next big place that you would like to go visit?
My favorite place was Japan, hands down. It
Boom.
was beautiful. Uh, the culture was amazing. Um, it was a beautiful place. It was just, there's no trash or graffiti or anything. It was just people cared about their environment a lot more. Um, and people were polite, even if it was putting on, saving face and doing it just because he had to, sort of thing. Like when you go somewhere, you would get the absolute best service possible, and they didn't expect a tip. It's shameful to tip. um, they did it because they would expect that when they go out somewhere, that they would get great service, and that you would do the absolute best that you can for them. So just seeing that kind of a mentality was amazing. I will be going back there again. We might actually be going back there for our 10th anniversary coming up here in what, like 4 months. I don't know. But the next place that I want to visit again, it really would be probably going back to Japan. But I mean, I'd love to go somewhere, like maybe even Taiwan, or go to, um, I don't know, maybe go to somewhere in Europe as well. I mean, just something a little bit different. But I do love the Asian culture. I mean, I'd even love to go to China as well. So yeah, it'd be kind of tough to say like the exact target of where I'd want to go, because I think I just want to go back to Japan first and experience more of it than what I did.
Very cool. Do you have any next step? Just like in your streaming in your life, like, do you have the next step? What is your next step?
Next step, obviously, it's just hitting partnership. I mean, I think it's been a fun goal. Um, it's obviously not something that is a necessity or anything, but it's kind of like a personal achievement that would be fun. And we invested a lot into into the emotes and stuff because it's just I don't know why. I just want to have a ton of emotes. I love having my own little personalized things. That's why we got so many of them. But that's the next step. We're slowly getting there on the average viewers, and we'll get our way back up there. We got really close, and then just some changes within the community made it a little bit more difficult. But we're on the steady rise back in there again, and we'll get it. But that'll be a ton of fun.
I have no doubt that you're going to get partner, man. No
Thank
doubt
you.
at all. Uh, I want to thank you for jumping in and coming for the interview. I want to thank you for helping me out, as well as the GF with all the streaming and any of the advice. And everybody is hashtag Rags for partner. You're a good guy, dude. You deserve it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for doing this. So this is really fun. It was unexpected. I know this is what you talked about, but I mean, and actually putting into reality is kind of fun. I don't, I get asked a lot of questions on a regular basis, but it's interesting being able to, not have all these distractions and being able to just look straight at a camera. I don't even see your face. Like I'm just looking at nothing, like just to, really think about my answers a little bit more. So this has been good for me. This has been fun. So I appreciate every single one of the people in the community. Appreciate you. Appreciate just doing this. This has been awesome. And you're definitely making some big moves too, man. We'll be with you all the way.
You know it.
I'm looking forward to that interview with Shally on Friday. That's gonna be cool. That's still on.
Friday. You know it. It is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to interview Shally. So, everybody definitely stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun.
Awesome. Stay tuned. Wait, they can't leave the stream until then?
No,
Oh, okay.
because I'm streaming tomorrow and, I need some viewers. So,
We'll be there.
all
All
right,
right, man.
Rex. Thank you so much again. And see you next time.
Take care. Take care, guys.